Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the recently released Blackwing BW 635RG by ORBX in collaboration with Blackwing Sweden, the manufacturer of the aircraft. The Blackwing BW 635RG is an ultralight two-seater airplane designed for training and recreational purposes. It is powered by a Rotax 915 IS engine, delivering 140 horsepower on takeoff. Worthwhile mentioning that ORBX has collaborated directly with the manufacturer of the aircraft, Blackwing Sweden, to reproduce a highly authentic and accurate rendition of the aircraft for this sim. Let's begin by inspecting the visual elements of the aircraft. The 3D modeling and the texturing of this Blackwing is simply exquisite. ORBX has done a very good job modeling this aircraft, and the amount of details and the fidelity of the visual representation is second to none. Every part of the aircraft has been very carefully modeled and very carefully textured to create a very authentic representation of the aircraft. The proper use of physically based rendering and high-resolution textures makes for a very high-fidelity model that is enjoyable to look at from any angle. The virtual 3D cockpit is again done to an extremely high standard, as you can see fine details on the avionics, the screens, the switches, and overall excellent panel work. Every part of this aircraft has been very carefully modeled, textured, to recreate a very authentic experience. The sounds aboard the aircraft are also done very well. Let's turn the master battery on, and the avionics aboard this aircraft have been simulated, again as you can see here, with the implementation of a touch screen, which is something I really like, as you can see here. So we can go to the transponder, audio, we can set the comm frequencies, and what have you. Also, what you'll notice is it's got synthetic vision, which is again very nice. What we're going to do now is we are going to take the aircraft for a short flight around the airport area and bring it back and land. We are going to test for a stall speed, which is about 49 knots in the clean configuration. So we'll put it to the test and we'll check this out. According to ORBX, they have modeled everything in accordance with the aircraft manual supplied by Blackwing Sweden. So let's bring up the checklist real quick and start the aircraft from the cold and dark state. But first, let's close the canopy. Very nice animation and very nice sounds overall aboard the aircraft. We're going to go straight to the starting engine checklist. Parking brake is set. The master switch engine start is in the center position. Now, one thing to note about this aircraft is most of the buttons work in three positions. The off position is the down position, the middle position, and the up position. Also worth noting that the throttle on this aircraft actually integrates the mixture and the prop. So if you have those controls mapped, make sure you do not move them on your flight controls, or you might experience some problems with the add-on. All right, so the master switch fuel tank selector, open left or right. That's the fuel selector here. We'll put it on the right tank. Fuel pump, both, meaning we're going to go to the up position. Ignition on both. Strobe lights on, center position. Power lever is idle. Clear prop. And ignition start. And we have a good start. Let's take a listen at the engine sounds. And the before taxi checklist, the master switch for normal operations goes to the up position. The radios are set, altimeter is set, transponder, we can enter the squawk here, and we're just going to put 1200. And we release the parking brake. The rotation speed of this Blackwing is about 45 knots. We're going to set flaps 1 notch down or 20 degrees. Alright, we're ready for departure. Landing lights are on. Nav and strobe lights are on. And we are cleared for takeoff. We're going to rotate at 45 knots. Rotate. Doesn't take very much to get this aircraft off the ground. Positive rate. Gears going up. And at 500 feet, AGL, we will retract the flaps. Flaps are up. Looks like we're going through some packs of air. Going to ease off on the throttle here. And we are at 2,000 feet. By the way, the autopilot works perfectly on this aircraft. And let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to turn on the autopilot. And we're going to say heading, flight director, and level. Autopilot works as it should. We can turn off the fuel pumps. All right, let's disconnect the autopilot now. All right, let's go ahead and install the aircraft. I'm going to idle the power. And we are going to pitch up. And we're targeting 49 knots for the stall. There's the warning. And there we go, that's the stall. Right, works exactly as it should. Well, I'll tell you guys, this aircraft is a really joyful aircraft to fly. It does have a very unique flight model to it. It's very fluid, without a doubt. We're going to add a little bit of speed here. Right about 110 knots. Certainly very fluid aircraft and lots of fun to fly. Right, let's bring the throttle back and we're going to head back to the airport and land the aircraft. Right, we have the runway in sight. Landing gears coming down. We're shooting for 60 knots. for our final approach speed, and we're going to go ahead and set the flaps full. And we want to maintain about 60 knots on final. Lovely. Well guys, as we exit the runway here, I have to tell you that I really enjoyed flying this Blackwing aircraft by ORBX, and without a doubt the add-on features excellent visuals and really a very unique flight model that makes this aircraft very enjoyable. The Blackwing BW 635 RG will set you back $20. I believe this is a fair asking price for an aircraft of this fidelity from the visual perspective and a very unique flight model. The aircraft is really a fun aircraft to fly and definitely receives the Q8 pilot seal of approval and recommendation. Well folks, this is pretty much it for this short review of the Blackwing by ORBX. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comments section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.